and welcome to Beads Jar. My name's Billy, and in today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how you can weave this fabulous abalone shell with Miyuki seed beads. I do hope you enjoy the project. So here we have our components that we're going to be using for our fabulous bracelet. As my fastener, I'll be using a 6mm Swarovski pearl. I've got these very, very fabulous abalone shell round flat beads. We've got our Miyukis in the Picasso finish and size 15 Miyukis in olive green. I'll be putting them on an 8-pound Fireline, which is smoke grey colour, just so it hides better within the design. And I'll be using my precision scissors to be able to cut off my threads at the end. I've already cut my Fireline and I've done 1.5 meters of Fireline and put that onto a size 10 beading needle for this project. I'm going to thread my 6mm pearl onto my beading needle. So I'm going to go up through the pearl and I'm going to leave myself about a 10cm tail, so after the bead to the end, and then I'm going to go back up through the pearl. So I've just secured that by wrapping around twice. The reason I do this is so I can also take the bead off quite easily at the end, because we will need to adjust this part when we finish. So I'll show you how to do that after we've started threading our beautiful project. So now I'm going to move on to pick up my next set of beads, which I'm going to use 3 of the size 15s. So they're just going to go straight onto my needle and straight down the thread to the pearl bead. Then I'm going to take my first of the abalone shells and go straight through that, straight down to the beads, where I'm going to start picking up the next set of beads. I'm wanting 13 of my size 15s in total, so 5, 10, 13, so they're going onto my needle. And this is where we change our threading system a little. So I've got my 13 on, so I've come out of this end of the abalone shell. I'm now going to go back down through the abalone shell, but not through the first 3 seed beads here. So we're going through the abalone shell and then out, so that the seed beads will wrap around the side of the shell. So we go from one side, out, and when I pull that, you can see how the beads have sat going around one edge of the abalone shell. Then we're going to pick up 7 of the size 8 Picasso. So we've got 7 beads there. We're going to pick them up with our beading needle, and we're repeating that, so we're going to go round the opposite side and then back through. We're now going to go up through our Miyukis again and back down, and we're going to come through the bottom of the size 8 Miyuki to start our next set of beads. So we're picking up, turn that one over, it's better on that side. No, sorry, I've mistaken myself, so sorry, I'm just going to take that bead off. We're coming back down the bead first, I apologise. So we go through the beads, all the Miyukis, and the last three here. And now back through the abalone shell. And now I want to exit through that last size 8. Here I'm going to pick up 13 more of my size 15s. And the abalone shell. And then we're going to take that back up and we're going to go around through the size 8s. I'm now going to take my thread all the way through the Miyukis again and coming out of this side. So twist that to however's comfortable for you to hold it when you're doing this as well. So whichever way is going to be easiest for you to get your needle through. I'm going to come back up through my abalone shell and then we're going to add our next lot of the size 8s. So up, and I want to take the needle from this side out and start my row of 7 of the Picassos. So that's the 7 Picassos, and we're going to go up, through, and then back round, coming down through the Miyukis. round our 7th, 8, and then through the Miyukis. And now you can start to see how we're going to get, I'll turn it that way because that's how we started. We're going to get this wave effect running round, so you've got each colour moving one way round the abalone shell until we continue. So you keep going in this method until you've got the length required to do your bracelet. And then I'll show you how to do the fastening as well. So keep going and I'll join you when we're ready to put the fastener on. So we left off finishing the length that's required for your bracelet. So you can see we've gone all the way to the end and created that lovely wave shape. And that's the perfect length for the bracelet I'm going to work on, minus the length for my fastener. So it's looking really beautiful. I really like these colours. And now I'm going to pop my loop here that will be used for attaching the button, so it'll make a little button loop fastener on the end here. Okay, so we're going to pick up 3 of the size 15s. Then we're going to pick 1 of the 8s, and we're following that with 20 size 15s. So we've now got a row that looks like this, and I'm going to take my thread back down through the 8 and the 3 first size 15s, but not through any of the 20 beads that I put on the top here. So you can see I'm coming out underneath the 3, and as I pull that round, that's going to give me my loop at the top. So my thread's sitting slightly, I'm just going to flip the project round so it's coming out on top of that size 8, and we came from this side on the left, so I'm wanting to take that back through the 8 underneath, and to make this clasp end nice and secure, I'm now going to take my needle and thread all the way around those beads again for a second time. So take your time, you're going to go up through the first 3 and the size 8 bead. And now I'm going to go all the way around the 20 beads in this loop here. Just to make that easier, I'm going to flip the project round again so I can go in the direction that's comfortable for my right hand. I'm coming out of that last 15. And now what I'm wanting to do is to go all the way back through, and this time I'm going all the way around my 8s until I get to this point here. So I'm going to go through that 8 and continue going until I've come out the other side of my bracelet. So all the way around all of the 8s that we've threaded on to this bracelet project. And so forth. So you can see I've already worked through from there, through the 8s, and I'm working all the way back down till I come out next to my pearl bead. Right, so I've just worked the way all the way back through the size 8s, so I'm going to leave this thread and needle to show you the next step. So that's just come out of the size 8 at the top, and I'm going to show you how to take that bead off like I said at the beginning. So if you just hold underneath, and we're just going to slide the pearl off. So that was my starter thread. Now I'm going to pop that bead on, but I just want it one strand going through, so not a double strand. So back on with my pearl bead. Oh, it's going to be naughty and not go back through easily. There we go. Okay, so that's gone back on, but it's just got the one loop at the moment. And now I'm going to take my beading needle and thread up through these 3 size 15s and the pearl. So this is the other side of thread we're using as well now. So the one that's gone all the way around our project. And now you can probably see we've pulled those ends in tight, and I'm going to pick up 3 more size 15s, so with the needle and thread, and I'm going to go back through the pearl and out through the beads at the bottom. I'm only going to do this the once with the bead thread with the needle on, because I'll be doing it a second time with my finishing piece as well. So now I'm going to take this down through my 8s on this side, and I'm going to finish by tying my knot. So I've come out that third one. If I hook my beading needle under one of the threads that's running through anyway, and then as I pull down you'll see a loop forming with my Fireline. We're going to go through this loop with our beading needle and pull that really nice and tight. Back through the next 3 size 8s, and you'll see that's perfectly hidden our knot there, so we can't see the knot that was between those beads. And I'm going to repeat another knot here. Oops, went round a bit too fast for myself. So go up, create our loop through the loop, and pull that tight. I'm going to do one more along this side, just so I know I'm really happy with the security on this one. Pull that loop through and knot. Also just shows you once more how to do it. I'm going to take that through the next 3 beads just to hide that knot inside, and then I'm going to trim away this excess thread with my scissors. We just want to take the scissors nice and close and cut that away. Now we've got to finish with this thread, because obviously it's sat there doing not much at the moment. So we'll just pop the beading needle back onto that side, so onto the end of our starter thread. So I've put that thread back on, and I'm going to take that through the 3 seed beads above the pearl. So I've come all the way around those, back through the pearl and the 3 Miyukis, and down. And now I'm going to go across to the Miyukis, and there I'm going to do my knots to finish this end off. And I'm taking that thread off. And there you have this beautiful abalone shell bracelet completed, and you've got the little button fastener which will just pop through. I have to do it on the other hand, sorry. And that just pops through that beautiful Miyuki button clasp.
Thank you for watching our tutorial today. Give us a big thumbs up and subscribe now to our YouTube channel, where you can get all of our latest design ideas straight to you. For all the beads that are used in the project, visit beadsjar.co.uk. Until the next time, bye bye!